Hi everyone and welcome to SquareXO on the News, your daily news podcast, I guess you could call it. Before we start, don't forget to follow us at squarexo.co.uk, twitter.com/square_xo, facebook.com/squarexo, twitch.tv/squarexo, and if you're listening, Podbean, iTunes, Spotify and Google Podcasts, and you can also watch the video on youtube.com/joeansonwater. Now, before we start the game news, I just want to remind you that we're currently running a competition on both our Facebook and Twitter. You can enter on either, that will be counted as 2 entries, and it's to give away a copy of Resident Evil 2, which we will get to you for launch, hopefully. So make sure you check out the link below, which I'll link, and then you can enter the competition for a chance to win. Okay, today on the show, we're going to be talking about Bungie split from Activision, and we're also going to be touching on streaming, given that there's news about Amazon starting its streaming service. But the first thing we'll start with, I think, is that Bungie has today announced it's gained full publishing rights to Destiny franchise. So this is quite interesting, actually, because obviously Destiny was meant to be the next big thing for Activision. And although it kind of started off quite well with the original Destiny, Destiny 2 has been a bit hit and miss for some people, it seems. Now, I mean, I've not really played much of Destiny 2, but I do understand that a lot of people have been slightly disappointed. Although saying that, there's still a lot of big numbers of people playing it. So the question is, what is this split going to do? Well, first of all, let's just read the announcement out, because that's quite interesting to know what both have got to say. We'll kind of not read it all because it's a big announcement, but basically, here's what Bungie had to say. When we first launched our partnership with Activision in 2010, the gaming industry was in a pretty different place. As an independent studio setting out to build a brand new experience, we wanted a partner willing to take a big leap of faith with us. We had a vision for Destiny that we believed in, but to launch a game of that magnitude, we needed support of an established publishing partner. And they go on to say, with Activision, they created something special. Destiny delivered combination of over 50 million games and expansions to players around the world. More importantly, they also witnessed a remarkable community, tens of millions of Guardians strong. So they've enjoyed a successful 8-year run, and I'd like to thank Activision for their partnership with Destiny. 8 years? Is that really how long it's been? Geez, it feels like yesterday that they teamed up with Bungie. The planned transition process is already underway in its early stages, with Bungie and Activision both committed to making sure the handoff is as seamless as possible. Now, what they're saying here is that Bungie are actually going to take control of the Destiny franchise, which is quite interesting. They say with Forsaken, which is the expansion, we've learned and listened and leaned into what we believe our players want from a great Destiny experience. And they say, rest assured, there's more on the way. We'll continue to deliver on the existing Destiny roadmap, and we look forward to releasing more seasonal experiences in the coming months. Activision also released a sort of statement just saying they would like to announce plans for Bungie to assume full publishing rights and responsibilities for the Destiny franchise, and going forward, Bungie will own and develop the franchise, and Activision will increase its focus on its own IP and other projects. Does Activision actually have anything left? That's quite an interesting thing. I mean, what, they've got Call of Duty. What else have they got? Call of Duty. Nothing much else springs to mind. Obviously, Crash and Spyro and quite old franchises, but I can't think off the top of my head what Activision's actually got. I mean, obviously they're with the sort of in partnership with the Warcraft guys, but I mean, that's not really on the Activision side. But on the Activision side, I can't think. Leave a comment, let me know what else Activision's got, because off the top of my head, I just can't really think. But yeah, so the comments are quite interesting. I mean, because people are saying it'll be interesting to see what Bungie do next with the game. And people are saying that Activision ripped Bungie apart and made them a shadow of their former self. I saw someone else mention that they reckon that the sort of weed might be off Bungie now, and that they might actually be able to bring more creative freedom to the game, because a lot of people seem to think that Bungie's original vision hasn't been quite carried out because they had the sort of Activision execs overlooking them going, "Oi, you can't do that. That won't make us money." But I mean, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll just need to wait and see. But yeah, most people seem to think this is a good thing, though. I know I've even noticed some people saying, "Oh, come back home to Microsoft now, Bungie," but I don't think that's going to happen somehow. I think the whole reason behind this is basically that so that Bungie can publish on their own and make their own game without MD telling them what to do. So yeah, let us know what you think of this news, because I think it's quite interesting to see where the franchise will go, and I'd like your comments either on our Twitter or in the video. Just let us know what you think. Okay, so moving on to the next bit of news that I wanted to talk about. And I think this is quite significant, this next bit, because it's basically that Amazon are looking into launching a streaming service. Now, this is quite interesting because we've already got companies like Sony with PlayStation Now. We've got Microsoft with Azure, I think it's called. Google have been trying it out recently with Assassin's Creed. Apparently EA are looking into having their own streaming service. So I mean, obviously the fact that Amazon's doing it now is quite significant. I think the news I've got here is reported by The Information, and it says Amazon have plans in place and are currently negotiating with game publishers to be able to distribute their titles through its service. And it says, according to sources familiar with Amazon's plans, the service could be launching next year in 2020. I'm presuming this will be just for PC games at first, a bit like the Google one. I'm guessing no one's trying to step on Microsoft or Sony's shoes. But what I find interesting about this is, where does it go? Now, I put a poll on our Twitter because I want to know, with companies such as Amazon getting into streaming, do you think there's a future for consoles beyond the next generation? Now, so far, out of all the votes we've got, 94% say yes, there is definitely a future for consoles beyond the next generation. And I think, based on the comments, most people think because the internet's so bad, streaming's a long way off. But the next generation's what, next year? Then how long will that last? 5 years? Think how far technology's came already. So do you think 5 years down the line, the internet's not going to be amazing enough to give us streaming? And if that's the case, is there no more consoles? Do we just have a little USB stick that we stream off, or apps built into the TV, PlayStation app, Xbox app, and you just click on it and then you can just get access to all the games straight away? That's the future to me. Maybe not after the next generation, but it's going to happen eventually. So, and the other thing that's annoying me about this, right? You've got Amazon, you've got Google, you've got Sony, you've got Microsoft. You'll no doubt have Nintendo at some point. You get EA or Ubisoft going to join in, Activision. So you have all these people with their own streaming services. Are we going to need to pay for each one of them to get access to the games we like? I mean, I like more games than Sony. I like some Microsoft, I like some EA, I like some Activision. Well, the one Activision Call of Duty, I don't know if there is anymore, but we'll find out. But you know what I mean? And then Amazon will do it, and then Google. So where does it stop? I mean, is there going to be a one-stop shop for all the games, Sony's exclusives and Xbox exclusives, Nintendo, or are you going to have to pay for each one of these? And then if you want third-party titles, there might be some on Google, so you pay for that, but there might be other ones you like on Amazon, so you need to pay for that. Where does it stop? I mean, you'd be paying for about 10 different services. So, I mean, this does worry me a bit. It worries me quite a lot, and it'd be quite interesting to know how it's all going to pan out. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that news. So, yes, I think that just wraps it up, really. So, I think next, I'll just need to remind you again, the Resident Evil competition. Check out our Twitter or our Facebook. Retweet it, share it with a friend, and follow us if you're not already, and that went into it. And then the competition closes on January 23rd, so that will give you a chance, plenty of time, and a chance to win Resident Evil 2, which It's a very popular competition so far, so make sure you enter. We will have more competitions in the future as well. And we are going to be streaming once a week now as well. We call it SquareXO Live, so we're just going to pick a game and stream it each week. We done Outrun yesterday, terribly, I must add. And we're going to do other games once a week, so that'll be fun. So yeah, and our podcast is starting up again this Sunday, for those of you who have missed it. We've had a little break for Christmas, and there's quite a few reviews coming on the website soon as well. So yeah, plenty going on. And we'll be back next week with more SquareXO on the news. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.